called snakes. Be ready for some spoilers are ahead. The movie starts with a bird's eye view of a majestic and mysterious island that has remained hidden from the world for a long time. In the beginning, Mr. Chen arrives on the island. He is a part of the Chinese oil refinery Movin Cayenne, which discovered it and started working on the island with a large workforce. They found many skeletons of giant extinct animals everywhere to the utmost surprise. The island has unpredictable weather and climate. The workers are installing explosives in the mountain for more discoveries. Mr. Chen calls Mr. Cayenne and tells him that the ground is too firm. He replies to get it done quickly without any delay. Reluctantly, Mr. Chen proceeded with the blast. The blast left a hole in the ground with a fossil of a giant animal. When the workers went closer to check, it started moving and rose to the sky. It was a massive snake hibernating underground. The blast woke it up. The worker and Mr. Chen wanted to run away, but it was too late. The angry snake used its tail to throw the workers away. During this moment of crisis, they hear the voice of another animal. When it got closer, they saw an enormous dinosaur. It is so big that it crushes a few workers under his feet. The dinosaur wanted to fight and hunt the snake. The island's fossils were the remains of their ancestors who fought each other and died. These two were the last of their species alive. Scene changes and Mr. Cayenne is doing a press conference about the state-of-the-art world's largest ecological theme park made on that island called Desert Island Paradise. The park is considered safe and secure for visitors. Now we see a child Kai who is scared and stressed. His leg is broken and he is experiencing post-traumatic stress. He is planning a trip. Kia's mother wants to talk him out of it with little success. Later that night, his mother Xiao Nan presents him with 2 tickets to the Desert Island Paradise. The visitors enjoy the mesmerizing view of the Desert Island Paradise as the bus brings them inside. There are no signals in the park. As the bus is driving, a flock of enormous birds is seen flying in the sky, which alarms the visitors, but the guide relaxes them by saying it's normal and they should not worry. At the same time, Kai saw a giant snake climbing a mountain. He tells his mother that he saw a snake, but she ignores it. As they drive through the park, Jiang Yang the driver observes big rocks falling from the sky and coming towards the bus. Unfortunately, he loses control and the bus crashes into a tree and they get stuck in the forest. Finding the chance, Mr. Qian tries to convince Mr. Baya to invest in the Desert Island Paradise with little success. Kai wants to pee and asks Mr. Baya if he knows about the washrooms. They go deep in the forest to attend to nature's call. An enormous frog sucks Mr. Baya through its tongue as they do their business. The archaeologist, one of the visitors, observes the rock that fell from the sky near the bus. He finds a snake spit on the rock and alarms everyone. As they talked about the mounting danger, the giant frog attacked them and eats some visitors. They take refuge in the bus. The archaeologist tells everyone that it's a prehistoric animal and is very dangerous. On the other side, another giant frog is following Kai. To escape, he jumps into the water but fails to lose the frog. When Kai comes to the surface, the giant frog starts chasing him again. While running, he saw a big hollow wooden log. He hides inside where the frog cannot reach him. The frog pushes the hollow wooden log down on the ground. As the situation unfolds, that huge snake comes and lifts the bus into the sky. The visitors on the bus get terrified. One of the visitors even fell, but Jiang Yang and Xiao Nan tried to save her but failed. At this moment, they become eye to eye with the Pangu python. Concurrently, we hear a loud sound that gains the Pangu python's attention. It drops the bus and vanishes. The visitors in the van get hurt and devastated. Xiao Nan gains consciousness and realizes that Kai is not with her. She starts looking for him desperately with no success. Everyone starts blaming Cayenne as he concealed the park's hazards. He lied that the park was safe and prepared. As they are in the middle of an argument, the land starts shaking. They took shelter behind the bus as giant footsteps got closer. They could see the dinosaur's head over them. It was breathing heavily and its voice was echoing in the surrounding. The scene changes and Kai comes out of the hollow wooden log. He finds himself in a cave nest with giant eggs. Kai checks his smartwatch that is broken. Still confused, he hears heavy footsteps and gets scared and hides behind the giant eggs. Soon we see a dinosaur in the cave who breaks one egg and starts eating it. Kai wants to escape, but his smartwatch starts beeping as he reaches for the exit. The dinosaur notices Kai and attacks him. During the chase, it crushes all the eggs. Kai hides in one of the broken eggs. The dinosaur was about to attack him when the Pangu python comes there and eats the dinosaur. The snake finds Kai in one of its eggs, soaked in the egg liquid. He was expecting the snake to eat him, but this did not happen. A snakelet comes out from an egg but dies. Seeing that, the snake cries loudly and Kia escapes, taking advantage of the situation. On the other hand, the dinosaur near the bus turns back and goes away. At this point, Mr. Kayan remembers that his construction team has built a signal station on the top of the mountain. If they can send a distress signal, the ferry will come and pick them up. They want to leave, but Kai's mom requests them to help her find her son. Xiao Nan leaves herself to save him. Zhang Yang accompanies her. The archaeologist and Lei also follow them. Kai is trying to find his way back and comes across a fossil of dead animals. A creeper strangled his feet, and he fell to the ground as he passed through. The gigantic plants started throwing their thorns at him. Within a second, the python came and scared the gigantic plants away. During that, one of the thorns got stuck in its skin. Python was in pain but was unable to take it out. Kai decides to help it, grabs one of the creepers, wraps it around the throne, and pulls it out. The snake loudly screams and turns away. Mr. Kayan with other visitors reaches the single tower and sees that it has collapsed. It's when they encounter the dinosaur. Mr. Kayan asks the guide with the camera to film it. Mr. Kayan is mesmerized by sight. Soon he gets hit by the dinosaur's tail. On the other side, they tell him to stay quiet and keep walking. Following the location shown by the smartwatch, they come closer to Kai. On the way, they see big animals' remains, get scared for Kia, and the others console Kai's mother. Here Xiao Nan has a flashback of a burning home and Kia crying loudly with a burnt leg. The scene changes, and we see Kai lying on a rock and hiding. The archaeologist whispers that something is approaching them. They put the fire off and wait in anticipation. Xiao Nan sees a dinosaur so close that she can feel its breath on her. Kai has the same flashback and falls asleep. He has a big banana leaf covering him when he wakes up. He is surprised but starts walking again. At the same time, Xiao Nan and others come across a massive snake slough. When Kia walks around trying to get back, he comes across a dinosaur eating a giant frog. He started walking away, but his foot clutch made a sound that attracted the dinosaur. Before the dinosaur could see Kai, his mother pulled him behind a rock. They are united emotionally. The dinosaur sniffed them and came closer. When they thought it was gone, the dinosaur surprised them and attacked. Kai and Xiao Nan made a narrow escape. The gang makes a run towards a safe place, but Kai and Xiao Nan get separated from them and find themselves surrounded by two dinosaurs. It seemed like a dead end, but as the dinosaurs attacked them, Python came and grabbed a dinosaur from the neck. Kai was relieved to see Python. In a furious fight where the dinosaurs die, the Python gets hurt. Taking advantage of the fight, the group escapes to a nearby stream. We see the snake surrounded by dinosaurs. As they are leaving, Kai feels concerned about Python. She calls him her little man, both smile and reconnects. The archaeologist observed that the water temperature was rising and suggested it was critical to get out of the place as soon as possible. They reach the single tower and see everything is destroyed. They observe a skeleton of a python, and the archaeologist suggests that it didn't die of natural death. He suggested that a more powerful creature is ruling this region. Lai checks the soil structure and says it's different from the one seen below. The archaeologist agrees and says that it seems that these two regions are ruled by Pangu Python and Indominus Rex separately. There has been a fight for supremacy between the two prehistoric beasts for generations. When they explore the place, Kai finds the guide's camera. Kai plays the video and sees how the giant dinosaur attacks the single tower. At that moment, Mr. Kayan gets hold of Kai and places a sharp glass on his neck. They hear heavy footsteps in the middle of the conversation. They run towards the jeep parked nearby. Mr. Kayan turns to look when the giant dinosaur steps on him. Jiang Yang starts the car and speeds it away. The giant dinosaur is so huge that it's hard to lose him. Sadly, the brakes failed and their jeep crashed. When the dinosaur was about to attack them, the python came to help. It dared the dinosaur for a fight and the brutal fight began. Python was fighting, but the Indominus Rex was much stronger than it. It got hold of Python's neck and bit hard. Without help, it was impossible for Python to survive. Xiao Nan wanted to help it. She saw a carton of ammunition and thought if she could blow that curtain near the Indominus Rex, it may help Python strike back, and Xiao Nan drives towards the Indominus Rex. On getting close, Xiao Nan jumps out of the jeep. It reaches close, but the remote to explode the ammunition does not work. Jiang Yang flames a torch and runs towards a jeep. Lei takes over from him, but she stumbles on a rock. Kai is desperate to help Python and grabs the torch. He struggles with it and his clutches break. With all his courage, he stood up and started walking. Initially, he limped but then started running. He lit up the ammunition. The Indominus Rex got imbalanced. Python hits back and kills it. Kai got hurt and fainted with the blast. He was not responding as everyone gathered around him. The python came close and screamed. With the loud sound, Kai woke up. Kai's mom hugs him and he gives a thankful look to the python. The scene changes and Kai is getting ready for school. He has an action figure of Python on his study table. The movie concludes that we are insignificant compared to nature and we should never tamper with it. After the incidents, many countries banned the development of abandoned islands from preserving their natural habitat. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching.